Sorry for the delay on this one. I took a bit of a breather the last few days, but we're back with some more Ark news. There's another community crunch, a very strong message delivered over on Reddit, and some interesting shenanigans over on Steam. Anyways, it's good to be back, so let's dive right in. What's going on, everybody? It's LukeTheDuke, and welcome back to the channel. Well, we got a new Ark Community Crunch post this past Friday, as expected, and at this point, you shouldn't be surprised. Wildcard once again steers clear of any ASA Ark 2 discussions, instead opening up a 10-creature ranking with a deadline of May 1st for Scorched Earth to determine which will be added into the live game. Now, other than that, they seem to have cut and pasted the Easter Evo event from previous Crunch post, and they announced the wipe of the Arkpocalypse and beginner servers. Once again, you shouldn't be surprised. The comments pretty much echo what we're all thinking. No news on ASA, hashtag save official, but then this post by Pellic, hopefully I got that name right, really caught my attention, as it touched on the topics I covered in my last Ark upload. I cannot believe the backlash has yet to be addressed. I also cannot believe that after moving the official wiki from Fandom Gamepedia, presumably for the same reason other games moved due to malware being served in ads, that Wildcard would utilize yet another malware ad-serving organization, Overwolf, which requires installing its software. Mod.io allows monetizing mods too, and was announced to be the cross-platform solution for Ark 2. So why is it not also the platform of choice for ASA? They finish with, the silence is deafening. Well put together statement there, Pellic. The silence is indeed deafening. Although I personally cannot confirm that statement made about malware and Overwolf. But I would absolutely expect the silence to continue until it is time for cheddar to be exchanged. Only once or if Snail and Wildcard start seeing poor pre-order sales for the ASA bundle will they then open their mouths and attempt to correct the issues they themselves created. Possibly sooner if their stock price trends continue in this fashion. Now, they are currently hovering just about $1 per share and only 3 cents higher than their previous 52-week low. Now, I'm going to speculate here, but if it happens to drop below $1, you might see some outreach from Snail and Wildcard to the greater Ark community. Not because they've all of a sudden realized the error of their ways and they want to repent, but it's more because behind the scenes the investors are lighting their asses on fire and management knows they need to kick it into high gear. Which brings me to the strong dose of reality post I found over on Reddit, and it definitely rings with the sound of truth. Now, over the weekend, my Ark content got publicly called out, with one of the strongest arguments being made against me being that I don't play Ark, which I was upfront and honest about. I played it when it first launched and moved on, mostly because it was an unholy mess of a buggy game. Anyways, listen to this post and then I'll explain my position a bit further once it's done. The title for this post reads, I have just one single request from this community. Start exercising your right to vote. Vote? On what? Vote how? There are no polls, no requests by the devs to tell them what you think of anything they have announced. Well, the answer is simple. We live in a capitalist society. You do not vote with a ballot, you vote with your wallet. Honestly, I'm sick and tired of companies asking us to bend over knowing full well that the community will spend a few weeks, maybe a month, complaining about it, and then they just bend over anyways and take it. People whine and complain, and then they open up their wallets and buy whatever predatory garbage is thrown at them. It's time to stop. Just stop. Don't buy ASA, don't buy Ark 2, don't give them any more of your money. They don't deserve it. If you want to keep playing on officials until they take them down, that's fine. If you want to still play on single player or unofficials, be my guest. If you want to download the server data of the officials when they take them down, I don't see a problem with that. If you don't think there's anything wrong with the roadmap they just released and you are excited for what's to come, well, I might seriously disagree with you, but a vote is a vote, I guess. But If you have voiced a single complaint about what has been announced, or you just aren't happy about it and don't feel like saying anything, then for the love of all things holy, please do not reward Snail Games for their bad behavior by giving them more money for the very same garbage you have spent the past couple days complaining about. Excellent point there. Look at loot boxes, microtransactions, predatory pricing, premium currencies, day one on disc DLC, pay to win, titles broken on release, even goddamn horse armor. Why do they all exist? Why are they so prevalent in almost every single game that is made in the past decade? It's because all the window-licking knuckle draggers out there keep throwing money at them. You always get more of every bad behavior you subsidize. So please vote with your wallets and refuse to pay for this crap. I promise you there are far better things to spend your time and money on. Personally, I have plenty of other games I know I love. I could put another 1,000 hours into Terraria. I could go break Skyrim again with another 200 mods. There's also plenty of other games I haven't played yet that are either in my Steam library, or I just haven't gotten around to them yet, or that I've heard good things about and would like to buy. I'm sure I'm not alone in all of this, but sometimes I feel like I am alone in this sentiment of actually voting with your wallets. Now, for me, that bit towards the end of the post about loot boxes, MTXs, predatory pricing, etc., that exactly sums up why I am personally involved with this greater Ark discussion. I mean, I know Ark. I've known it for years. It's not in my rotation of games that I play during the week, but you better believe what happens in Ark affects my experiences in the games that I play. Hear me out. When Snail is over here attempting murder versus what I would call an absolutely involved and devoted fan base, you better believe other gaming companies see that. If Snail and Wildcard get away with offering up what was initially a free upgrade, then charging for it and bundling it together, and then bundling it yet again for even more money, you best believe the likes of EA, Ubisoft, Blizzard, Activision, they're all going to be out here looking over at Ark and Snail thinking to themselves, well shit, Ark just pulled off a $60 grift against their own loyal fan base, why can't we? And it becomes this game of how much can these publishers push the monetization goalposts. The results are immediately evident. Diablo Immortal, COD adding in pay-to-win cosmetics, EA, and what they did to my beloved Battlefield franchise. Why I post these Ark uploads is actually a bit of a two-way street for me. I want you all to be able to enjoy the Ark game you want to enjoy without the grubby, greedy practices these big corporations always try to pull off. But on the flip side, I also don't want that kind of shit creeping its way into the games I tend to play and enjoy. Hopefully you get where I'm coming from here. By pushing back against Snail and Wildcard, I'm also preemptively and indirectly pushing back against all gaming companies that are eyeing this situation and rubbing their hands together, already counting all the extra dough they plan to make. Alright, enough of that. Let's close this one up with Steam. I always seem to end with Steam. I don't know why, but anyways. Specifically, I want to talk about the Ark Steam forums as they relate to the Community Crunch post. And this one is a bit of a developing story here, one I hope to bring you in much more detail in a future upload. But just in case you haven't been paying attention to it, here it all is. Both the discussion threads for Community Crunch post 356 and 357 have now been locked over on Steam, so no further posts can be made. And just to refresh your memory here, this would have been the 2 Friday Crunch posts after Wildcard made the initial announcement about the free upgrade being walked back and the incoming ultimate value bundle known as the Ark Respawn Bundle. So the Community Crunch for 355 is still active and open for business, but the 2 after that have been locked. Now, both of these discussions were locked by Valve, but they tend to center around a small group, maybe 3 to 5 individuals, and let's use that term very loosely right now, individuals, consistently and ardently defending Wildcard and Snail. Well, on the flip side, you've got all these other posts calling them out, citing their inconsistent statements, and all of this has led to the threads being closed. Now, for reference, the first Crunch thread after the announcement of the changes in the incoming bundles, so this is a week after all of that. Anyways, This damn thread has 902 comments posted to it before it ultimately got locked. There's all these allegations of abusing the reporting system, and then it just degrades from there, usually with one of these ardent wildcard zealots making absolutely no sense at all, citing comments, posting gibberish. It's really weird. Anyways, I hope to have more on this one for you in the near future. So, there you go. If anything, it shows the strong feelings being poured out onto all sorts of social platforms concerning this game and the future plans moving forwards. I would offer up words of encouragement here. Keep up the pressure, push back against these kind of grimy cash grabs. Do so respectfully, but with conviction. And you never know. You may just get what you want if you stick to your guns. And still, even now, what is it, about 3 months away from launch, nobody has seen actual UE5 gameplay for ASA or anything besides a trailer for Ark 2. Kind of weird, right? As always, leave me your feedback and I will do my best to respond. If you happen to like the video, maybe consider hitting subscribe, and while you're at it, ring the notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts. You can find and follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and over in my open community Discord server, links to all of which can be found in the video description and pinned comments below. Shout out to the over 119,000 of you that have taken the leap and hit subscribe, and as always, a very special thank you to my patrons over on Patreon. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer, signing off.